A nice cloudy day here in Arizona. Almost a perfect occasion to play the White Shoe Sleighing. And, as an added bonus, I'll be listening to one of the most notable 50s monster movies, Tarantula. Hope I won't faint. Ooh. I think... Oh, my heart is already pounding. Ooh, my fingers are trembling. My fingers... The wind, it frightens me. Oh, the wind. And since it has white in the title, I say we play this in black and white. Oh. That woman looks kind of drunk, doesn't she? I mean, look the way she walks.
Hey, lady, get out of the road!
Oh.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown, Washington.
Skipper!
This is heroic.
Genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have contested the short test. Wait till you get the latest on the
A fine morning indeed.
Oh my,
Keep
they
locked
just
on
got
up
sun.
and the bodies keep piling.
California's well fast.
Quiet!
As long as the bricks hold up in San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to see.
I'm telling you, it'll never...
Now, what outfit can I wear? That looks great. Perfect for black and white.
Greetings from sunny California. When's it gonna stop? Can you drive to this one?
Cutest things you ever saw. Hey, they're keeping you busy these days. It's the desert. Gives people wonderful ideas. Check the ship, will you? You betcha.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Hi, Doc. Phone's been ringing like crazy for you. Sheriff's half out of his mind. Call him for me, will you, Josh? I'm ringing him, Doc. That's fine.
Detectives?
He's
Phelps
on,
and
Doc.
Hello, homicide.
Thanks, Josh.
Scene secure.
Hello,
The rest
Jack,
of the
what's
patrolmen
up?
are going door to door,
Can you come
canvassing
over right
for
away, Doc?
witnesses. Thanks. Keep me informed.
Well, I hate to
Will
bother
do,
you.
detective.
I know you've
This
been up
looks
all
awful
night, but this is important.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to
Well, Rusty's right about one
storm
thing.
moving around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body? Looks like she was tipped out of her automobile from the tire cracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again. Time of death. From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m.
Hi, Jack.
But it
What's
was
all the
cold last
excitement?
night.
You
Usual
think
head injuries.
nobody, huh?
Blunt force trauma.
Boys found a man
Knock
near
over
the
the
highway
head, then
this morning.
strangle and mutilate.
Run over?
No message with this one.
Well then,
At least she was
that's why I
left
called you,
clothed.
Doctor. What's
I
it
doubt
like?
very much he was
Like nothing
concerned
I've ever
with the
seen
dignity.
before.
The green
Who
silk
is it?
dress is very
Well,
distinctive.
he has the same
Inside
general
of it,
build as
honestly.
Eric Jacobs, but I'm not sure.
No.
I don't follow.
And no handbag
There's
or other
something about his
personal
face
effects.
says he's Jacobs, but maybe he ain't. Look, Jack, I'm lost. You remember Jacobs, don't you? Yeah, he's the biologist. Works for Professor Damer. Met him a couple of years ago. He's over at the Undertaker's. You'd better have a look. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. I phoned Deemer right away. He said he'd be over to see if this is him. You know Deemer, don't you? Yeah, when I opened my office, I went out to pay my respects. He was polite enough, but I had the feeling I wasn't welcome, so I never went back. Oh, some of these big brains never learn manners. Here he is, Barney. Hi, Doc. Hello, Barney. You figure this one out, and you're good.
No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
$1 bill?
Now you know why I'm not sure. That's not Jacobs. This man has had the disease for years. I saw Jacobs last month. He looked okay then. They're in the back room, Professor.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
It's Eric, all right. He was my friend for 30 years. You'd better come outside, Professor. Yes. You all through in there? Yeah. Leave us alone for a minute, will you, Bonnie? Yeah, sure.
Catherine Barton.
I have to know all about it. Why he looks that way.
Detective,
Why he was missing.
I've been working the houses across the street
Have
and
you
up the
ever
block.
watched a friend
This lady
die
thinks she has
before your
something
eyes
for
and
us.
not been able to help?
Detective Phelps,
That's the worst of
LAPD.
it.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton.
Being
I live
helpless.
just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday,
There
early
isn't a
evening,
single solitary
I saw
thing
that
you
awful
or anyone
hobo.
else can do. When I saw the body, I
you have
thought
a
it was
description?
acromegalia.
Tall,
But that's
gaunt,
not possible.
horribly disfigured.
Acromegalia.
I think he may have had an
The
accident
pituitary
in the
gland
war.
goes haywire,
He's
Jack.
a very
Distorts the
scary,
face, neck, hands,
angry
and feet.
man.
Any idea
I met
where we might
Jacobs
find
a couple of
him?
years ago at your place.
One of the hobo camps around
The
here.
sheriff saw him about a
He's some
month ago.
kind of hobo
He looked
leader.
normal then.
They all follow him around.
It is acromegalia.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course.
But in every
Anything
case
I
I've
can do to
ever
help.
heard of it,
I'd hate
It's
to think
taken
that something
years
so
to produce the
ghastly could
deformity.
happen right here and nothing
I
be
know.
done about it.
the history of medicine is the history of the unusual. Perhaps Eric had been ill for years, who knows? But it was only 4 days ago that he began to complain of muscular pain. Neither of us thought too much about it. These things happen as you grow older. And the next morning, he began to change. Maybe we'd better do an autopsy just to make sure. I don't think that'll be necessary. I was in attendance, and I signed the death certificate. Oh, I see. How come we found him on the desert? Dr. Jacobs became delirious last night, broke out of the house, and ran into the desert. Are you certain he hadn't complained of anything before that time? There's nothing I can add to what I've already said. Eric had no family. I'll arrange for the funeral. Thank you for calling me so promptly. Goodbye, Dr. Hastings. Professor? Acromegalia. You heard the man. I sure did. Yeah, a young fellow like you can't stack what he knows against the professor. The trouble is, Doc, you hate to admit you're wrong. We all make mistakes, Jack. This isn't one of mine.
Ooh, an oil pump. I could just stare at it and watch it pump the oil from the earth for hours. All of a sudden I feel so relaxed. Maybe it's the oil pump. hear that? Look at this view. It's such a classic. I just love this view. Don't you? Better go back to the body. There may be a laundry label.
There appears to be a dry cleaning. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Phelps, that's 1247.
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services. Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill? Thanks for your help.
Maybe the Tarleton residence is close.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo league.
Now, if you think we ought to, I guess we ought.
Yeah. Maybe the laundry service will be next.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on it. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Any Central Unit, car 16 Adam reports a possible jumper at 8th and Hope. The Methodist Church unit have a code 2 identified.
At least the rain's stopped. You can change back into those white ducks.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
Hey, you've got that look like you swallowed the canary.
You wrote the number down on that dress.
If there's anything a man hates, is to be told he's wrong when he knows he's right. I knew Deemer had burned your tail. Listen, I'm just a country doctor, but I know what I know.
Mrs.
And I
T.
know I can
Terrellson,
forgive you. It doesn't turn up
43
in 4
Emerald
days
Street,
out of my
Westlake.
feeling. So I went to the medical library in Phoenix and read up on it. There wasn't one single
live in
recorded
Phoenix.
case in medical history where a malformation developed as fast as Deemer said Jacobs did. You mean he was lying to us? I don't know. But I'd like to know why he was in such a hurry to bury Jacobs, and why he didn't want me to do an autopsy. The man's an MD like you. He's entitled to his opinion. Or do you want me to charge him with confusing a country doctor? There's nothing like the safety of prestige, is there, Sheriff? Oh, let's skip it. Everything's clean and legal, and I wouldn't want you to take your neck out for anything. What do you want me to do? Pinch him because I don't
I've
like
got
the
a
way he
feeling
rocks his
we're
head?
about to meet another
Have
wife.
you ever asked yourself what
You've
people
always got
think
that
and
feeling,
what
Rusty.
goes their life?
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. You're the type, show a particular
Now, when two
disposition.
big shots like that get together and hole up in the desert 20 miles from civilization, I'd say they might be working on something they're not too anxious to talk about. You think whatever they might be doing ties in with what killed Jacobs? I wish I knew. Uh-oh. Joe Birch is on the warpath again. What'd you do this time? Oh, I
Hello?
forgot to tell him about Jacobs.
Yes? Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
A fine pay you turned out to be.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby
I'm
Ross's,
sorry,
for
Joe,
a
it slipped
party.
my mind. What do you want to know?
She was kind of
See what I
dolled
found
up.
out for myself.
She had
Let's take
her
a look at
green
the
silk
desks
dress,
over at Barney's.
open-toed
Got the
white
personal
shoes.
bottom out of who's who.
Those are her favorite shoes.
How often
Can
does
we
this
come in, Mr.
acromegalia
Tarleton?
occur,
I'm
Doc?
afraid we have some rather
Not
bad
very.
news.
First time I've seen it, as a matter of fact. My dictionary says it's chronic. It doesn't mention death.
Do you have someone who can look after your
Well,
children,
death
Mr.
doesn't
Tarleton?
usually come.
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
Suffocation. What do you mean, suffocation?
I'm afraid your
The
wife was
tongue
murdered
becomes
last night.
enlarged, the throat,
Her body was found
thorax,
this
the
morning.
heart, everything gets
Very
pushed out of
sorry for your
place.
loss.
What do you think Deemer's been working on out there? That I'd like
I
to
know
know.
this is a difficult time, Mr.
Well, I'll hop out with
but we are
Ridley,
going
grab
to
a
need
couple
you to answer
pictures, and
some
see what I can
questions.
find out.
First, we're going to take a look
Oh, by
around.
the way,
What
Doc,
for?
how long had
You don't
Jacobs
think
been
that-
dead when our friend here remembered to call you?
You see the
Will you lay off? 8 or 10 hours. Thanks, Doc. I'll be sure to spell your name right. As for your friend, it might just slip my mind to support him the next time he comes up for election. Say, that's a good idea, Jack. Are you going out to Deemer's? Joe will get him so riled up with questions he may take to me.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Carlson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide.
Operator, give me dispatch.
hotel, miss. They'll tell you the best way to
Want to
get
hear something funny, Charles? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report
Phelps,
actually...
1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Tell me the best way to get out to the danger place. It's about...
I know.
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I won't be in buses through anymore today.
Thanks.
Would you mind calling a cab for me?
I wouldn't mind it a bit, but it wouldn't do no good. Because Jasper, you see, it's his cab. He's out to bar 6 and won't be back for a couple hours.
Oh.
Maybe longer.
What will I do?
Sit down and wait. That's all you can do.
Oh, thank you.
Optimistic, Cole. I think this is any use to us.
You ain't come through here before, have you?
No.
Didn't think I'd seen you. You any kin to this man?
Looks like a cozy little house.
Not much.
No, I'm not.
You any kin to you? Oh, no. I don't suppose it.
I doubt it.
Me too.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Josh, I'm expecting a call from Dan Simon. Switch it to the Deaver place, will you? You going out there? Just leave it. Take her.
Well, you see,
Wonder why the
I'm
picture
how
was
to get
drawn.
out there, but...
Shush!
No, I'd be glad to drive you.
Well, if you're sure.
These yours?
Uh-huh.
Hey, ain't you two going to introduce yourselves? No. Couldn't be a fast world.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this guy.
Think it's about time? Dr. Matt Hastings.
Stephanie Clayton, Steve.
I like Steve.
I'm really indebted to you, Dr. Hastings, for this ride. Or rather, I'm indebted to your friend Josh.
So am I. I guess it's none of my business asking why you're going out to
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Why not? I'm doing graduate work in
Incidental.
biology. The professor teaches it, or he did.
I knew it would happen.
Go away unless you can bring my mommy home.
Lady Sands.
Well, student so far. You see, I wrote a paper on the nutritional aspects of expanding population.
I'll be out of your way momentarily,
And
ladies.
Professor James read it and offered me a job for the summer.
How about a place to live? There are a couple of nice
So she
boarding
went
houses
out
in
without
Desert
her
Rock.
handbag?
Costs less than a hotel.
Well, no. I'm going to stay at the professor's.
She got
You
to
see,
be in
so far
quite
in
a
my
state to
contract,
leave this
I'll
behind.
be laboratory technician, cook, student, well, the whole works.
Oh, I see.
Well, it's one way of earning a master's.
At least she
And
spared
she
that
worked
man.
working
You
with
were
people like
indignant.
Deemer and Professor Jacobs.
Uh-huh.
How well did you know Eric Jacobs?
Oh, I've never met him. He just read the paper and liked it, and that was that.
He's dead. Died yesterday morning.
You can see if Picker can match the impression of the crime scene.
Gaily, isn't that a very rare disease?
Extremely.
Are you sure it was that?
No.
Lars was out in the
I'm not
rain
sure at
last
all.
night.
He has a wonderful lab here. One of the best.
Oh? Looks like nobody's home.
There must be someone. That's Joe Birch's car over there. Might as well.
There's a rope outside on the boat.
Electric panel shorted. And, well, you can see for yourself. You
Like a match
estimated the
with
amount
the
of
ligature
damage.
marks.
Well, the greatest damage, of course, was to the work that was destroyed. Let's get back to Jacobs. Why did he leave? I've told you all there is. You gentlemen, excuse me. One more picture each. Not the monkey, Professor. I said that was all. I think that ought to be enough, Joe. Professor's had a rough couple of days.
For the record, Mr. Tubbs, what is your wife's
Thanks for
name?
the story, Professor. I didn't mean to have you in trouble. Come on, Ridley. See you later, Matt. See you, Joe.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. There can't be anyone who knew her.
Forgive an old man.
I think you're lying, Mars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
They looked like you. Well, that was intended as a compliment. I'm afraid I've got a bit rusty.
Your wife was strangled with triple braid rope. The bow lines of your boat is a perfect match.
Look, I know this looks bad.
But, Eric...
I'm gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I let her go.
He's told me on the way out.
I see.
I'll buy for those trails.
Well,
you said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
For Eric's sake,
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go in the room. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
No, he's not with us anymore. Well, come
Bar
have a
down
spin.
North
Let me
Bowdoin
show you my
Avenue.
lab. You interested at all, Doctor?
She goes there,
Yes, of
drinks
course.
too much, gets
I
maudlin,
put
and
all
calls
I
me.
own into this.
I go and bring her home.
It's my life. Everything that I have and care for is here.
Mr. Terrelson, was Teresa happy at home?
Unfortunately, part of it has been
Yeah,
destroyed.
I think she was.
I see.
Spill it, Terrelson.
What's in the bottle,
We like the look
Professor?
of you for this, so you better give us something.
You mean a synthetic?
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out.
Remains
Doing
fairly
well at
steady.
parties. I hardly ever do well. Shush! She was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
The disease of hunger, like most diseases, well,
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. Party at Bobby's just wrapping up. Played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
What an inexpensive nutrient would mean. Well, not many of us look that far into the future.
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
No man couldn't do it on
Okay,
his own.
I stayed a little later than I
Don't
said.
Pull it out of your
This
hand
cute
like
little
a
brunette was
magician's
hitting on
method.
me.
You,
Teresa noticed.
build on
I was
what
half cut.
hundreds of others have learned
I walked her
before
home from Bobby's,
I
but
thought
nothing
that
happened.
synthesis was impossible
I
without
walked
a
out
binding
and got the
agent to
car
hold
this
everything
morning.
together.
Thanks for
And
answering
we
my
use the
questions,
simplest
Mr.
of all,
Terrelson.
the atom.
You'll need to go
Let me show
downtown
you.
to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
That's an
Sounds like the
isotope, isn't
Terrelson
it?
broad had her last days at
Radioactive
Baron
isotope.
Fraud. We should check the place
Ammoniac.
out.
And that's what
Appreciate your
binds
time,
fusion.
sir.
Binds it and triggers it.
You believe this
Using
guy's
it,
stories?
Eric's
Kind of
dream
rings
mine
true.
may be a reality before. Excuse me. Hello?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
It's for you, Doctor. Thank you. Hello. Hi, Josh. Of course. Call her back, tell her I'll stop by on my way home. Bye. Sorry to break this up. Thanks for the tour, Professor. Maybe one of these days you'll invite me back. Why, yes, of course. Oh, Professor, I'm still puzzled by the speed with which Jacob
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough.
Eric is dead and he
This
shouldn't
about
be.
Teresa
The
Terrelson?
cause was
Yes, it is.
I heard
nothing
about it
else.
on the radio.
Seems
They're saying it was that
such a
Black
deviation from
Dahlia
classic
freak
cases.
again?
You're being very diplomatic, Doctor. Why
I
don't you
rang
speak
that
up?
husband of hers. The
Don't you
babysitter said
think,
he
sir?
was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
In this case, no. You want to do an autopsy. Why don't you? Or do you
What
object?
time did Teresa
I was
leave?
upset.
Around
Eric was not only my
10:30, I
colleague,
think.
he was my closest friend.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was
Thank you,
it?
sir.
She called for
I'll
a
let you know when
cab.
I
Did you get the number?
Sure I did.
Please, don't forget
I
to
like
invite me back.
Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so
No,
good
I
at
sure
home.
give no quarters.
I was worried about her.
That cherry pie was delicious.
Put out an APB on the cab.
3591. Should be traceable.
Vagrant no.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up,
Give
Ben.
it fast, Jack.
All right, two creeps were all over.
You mean the
Promise me
professor
to
was right?
take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure.
How do you
Got
like
a good look.
You
One of
make
them
a
was
big
a
thing out of
sailor
it. Show
in
Demon up for
uniform.
me.
His cap said,
Go ahead with the internment, Jack.
USS
You might as
Indiana.
well before this
The other
amateur
man?
gumshoe gets any more bright
The
ideas.
other guy is
Next time I need a
Red
doctor, I'll
Polish.
call one in from Phoenix. You know, I don't think
Any
Jack's
idea
gonna
where
have
she
it.
was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
Figure it
And
out.
she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Bluff. We'll take it from here.
Take your time,
Hey, no
Steve.
problem.
Take your time. We have nothing except time.
This is Bates.
We won't have that if we make a mistake.
There. Am I doing all right, Professor?
Fine, fine. Now, lift the lid under the bar.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird.
Now, lift
You
up
can't
the
let the son of a
glass
bitch get away.
and put it in the access chamber.
Go, Phelps, get after him. Come on, we got a ride. Get in and drive.
Now, lift up the chamber. That's it.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Gently, safe.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the barn where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
I don't know what I'd do without you. Now, let's see how we make out.
Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
One thing to develop a formula on paper.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Consistent instability of the material. One batch of nutrients.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
One of the big guys.
Let's end this farce.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Hands behind your head.
Okay.
No doubt.
How long before we know anything, Professor?
Okay,
There have been
Bates.
times when the
You're gonna answer some
instability has
questions.
caused death.
I have a choice in this.
I'm not if it works.
Let me show you.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar.
You see that
Now
rabbit?
she's dead,
Yes?
and your face is all
How
messed
old
up.
would you say he was?
I'm in the clear on that.
4
She
months?
preferred a sailor. You can lay it off on him. Are we finished?
6 days.
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
He was
I ran a
okay.
reflex test on him
Drunk.
after you went to bed
Pissed off
last
at her
night.
old man, wanting to
The
go
only difference
dancing.
between him and
I
the
thought I'd
others
ply her
is
with
he's
a few
healthier.
drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
We got to lick this problem of
So what happened when you left the bar?
Once we can
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot.
Unhuman.
After that, I don't know.
Mustn't be a mistake this
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
What a mess.
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
All right, Steve.
Science is science.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat.
Why no? Anything
I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a
when you come
degenerate.
back.
Right.
Have fun.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Have the prescription refilled and be sure she takes it after every meal. Okay, Doc. But you know women. Mary will just let it sit on the shelf. Yeah, but she'll feel better knowing it's there, won't she? Yeah, I suppose so. Say, when are you and me flying out for some more fishing? It's been
Phelps,
4 or 5
that's
weeks.
1247.
Excuse me, Jim. Steve!
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
So far, town's very nice.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Chamber of Commerce.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
No. I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donald. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
I bring all my patients here.
Could be our man.
bet.
Thanks, man.
How's this?
Fine.
No, thanks.
How are you getting along with Deemer?
Half the time he doesn't know I'm there, and the other half he's worried I'll make a mistake.
He's quite a guy, I guess.
Yes.
Has he said anything more about that assistant that left?
No.
How's it?
Well, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. How long does it take an ordinary rabbit to reach full growth?
I don't know, 4 or 5 months, I guess.
He has one in his picture 2 days, 6 days.
On your APB regarding yellow
I know,
cab
it sounds
number
unbelievable.
3591. The
Still
vehicle
so
has been
new.
identified at a gas station.
There are all sorts
Now
of
heading
things
west
taken
on
into account
7th
before we
Street.
can even think of experimenting on humans. Some of the nutrient, when unstable, has even been deadly. But we do know that it's kept animals alive that have been fed nothing else. Oh, if I say
Law's on
Edward's law
7th
firm is
Street.
my
Let's
boss.
hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're
Are
right.
you sure your patience can spare you?
I'm such a good doctor.
You see a taxi anywhere?
Come on, let's go.
No wonder you love the desert. It's so beautiful.
Where's that cab got you now?
Everything that ever walked or crawled on the face of
11K
the
yellow
earth
cab number
from the depths of the ocean.
3591, sighted
So
at the
it's
corner of
disguised
Wilshire
as
and
a
Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
Look, did you ever wonder what it looked like that? Wind, water, what?
I've never seen anything quite like it. Can we stop?
Sure.
Hey!
Oh, this is
11K, further on your APB on yellow cab number 3591. Vehicle identified at Reggie's Cafe, heading north on Whitmer.
There he is.
Clear.
3591, that's him there, Phelps. Hit the siren.
Catch it.
I think I'll have a cigarette.
LAPD, we're investigating a
What's
murder.
that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's Bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It's a green dress.
You know, it must
Oh,
have
don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about it.
Sure to you sometime.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Yes,
Where did you drop them off?
We're hiding in
So
secret.
at the Crystal Ballroom,
What time?
You make it sound
after midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Officers also need help. 415 shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Whatever could have started it?
I don't know.
I think I've had enough.
You know the
of
way.
unknown.
You can drive.
He's in interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of it?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
There's no figure.
Well, the bus would have gotten me here sooner, but I certainly enjoyed it.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Would you like to
We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Tarleton?
It's funny he's not here.
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Do I get the guy?
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Are you sure it's the same one?
Yes.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Tarleton.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
This morning.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
Well, I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab, and I caught a bus back to the base.
Hello.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
Thanks, bye.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. I left around closing, maybe 1:30. Got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American, 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
That's not how I'd put it.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assault.
Thanks.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
To the bus depot we go.
Three suspects in the can and one on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Tarleton picked up.
11K, roger.
officer needs help. 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe. 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3, identified.
Old Andy called me this way and said to come running. Couldn't figure out what he was yakking about, but it seems like something was eating his cattle. Yeah. Say, he had sunstroke a couple years back. You don't suppose? No, there must be something to it. Said he had a stack of bones to show me. You wouldn't like to come along, would you? You still trust my judgment after the Jacobs business? I ain't looking for medical advice now. Just company. Glad you finally got here, Sheriff. Hi, Doc. Didn't expect to see you. I had to take with me on the way. Told me you've been having trouble. Everything That's what we came for. Let's go. Never saw anything like it. No footprints, no blood, no sign of struggle. Bones just stripped clean like peeling a banana.
Hello, my fellow audience.
About noon, the boy here came up to the lower section and found them. I don't suppose it could have been mountain lions. I've ranched here 22 years now, Doc, and I've had more than my share of lions and wolves. Wasn't them. Where'd that come from? It was there when the boy got here. Stop worrying about
And
that.
thank you,
Tell me
ma'am.
what's moving
You
my
have a
cattle.
safe trip
That's
now.
all I want to know. What's doing it?
Where are you boys headed today?
Not your cattle.
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute.
What, you gonna do anything? I'm up a tree, Andy, like you are. I don't know where to start thinking. You got any ideas, Doc?
Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7th floor.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
I need to run the loop.
We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
She's your
All-American 7-4. Let's go get him. This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork. You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, fellas. Just as borderline. Nope, still no sign of him.
Did you doze off, Rusty? I think you slept through my solving the case.
Yeah, very funny. Just give me a nudge if you see him, right?
How about you nudge me?
I think that's a job for your wife. Jesus, Phelps!
Hi, Jack. Anyone pull through? Good. I'll show you something. Morning, Doc. Sheriff tells me you've seen something like this before. Yeah. You buying this accident business, Doc? Aren't you? I can't figure it. There isn't a skid mark. We plowed through the wreck and found the brakes still work. It's just like something grabbed the pickup and threw it 30 feet off the road. Take a look at this, Doc.
Cole!
Well, I found a landmark.
I can't understand why they spot this stuff when I haul those skeletons out of here and stack them on the other side. They were here?
How long is this bus route?
It actually covers an area around the size of Central Division.
The probability is we'll find it about halfway around.
Bad luck says we'll be chasing it all night.
Wow. Say, have you got a thermos or a jar around here somewhere? I think there's one over here. Same stuff we found at Andy's? Yeah, I think so. Well, that makes three then. Three? Yeah, stuff you saw yesterday at Andy's. Andy? Right, threw him at the crowd last night. Yeah. He'd been, like cattle and sheep. There's a couple of gallons of this liquid beside him. We should give you a hand with this, Yon, Doc. Stuff here I can't handle. Maybe there's stuff here none of us can. If I were you, Joe, I'd write this as a straight accident. If you print anything as vague as what we've got, you'll scare half the state to death. News is news, Doc. Yes, and a half-truths are news.
This is starting to grate a little.
Till we nail this down right. Maybe then you'll have the biggest story of your
Whoa
life.
there!
What have you got, Matt? I don't know. But we gotta keep our minds open and our
Whatever
mouths
happened to
shut.
the joys of rigorous search?
Here you
Dogged
are, Doc.
police work, you know?
They went out the window about 2 blocks ago.
Hey, this could be a Cole Phelps I'll grow to love.
Don't count on it.
Aha, there it is.
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
It's impossible at this stage to give you a positive answer. But it's related to insect venom. Insect venom? Oh, come off it, Matt. I know. But it checks. Acidic content, the whole works. I'm not sure what kind of insect venom it is. Well, look, Matt, I'm willing to play ball.
There's the bus, Cole. Turn on the siren and pull her over.
Check it yourself, Joe. I'll show you how. Oh, you're having nightmares, Doc. There's not an insect in the world with that much venom. All right, don't take my word for it. Get someone else to analyze it. Professor Deemer.
There's some kind of
That's a
problem,
good
buddy?
idea.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
Matt, I've got to talk to you.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers and left the blonde alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
You're behind the wheel.
She hung up, Doc. You may try to get her back.
We're looking for a tall, disfigured man at the camp.
Could be difficult. Most bums look deformed to me.
Come on, Rusty. This isn't gothic fiction. Hobos are just like you or me. They're just men who've fallen on hard times.
You ain't much of a detective, Phelps. You think a hobo's like me. Clue number 1, how do I smell?
Of alcohol and stale sweat. You know, I may be onto something.
Yeah, he's funny, Phelps.
Hurry, Matt.
Are you all right?
Something's happened. He can hardly breathe.
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save
it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far. We need to stay focused. We need to hold out. How do we do that? Like this.
Let's keep you down, Phil. Killing make you feel powerful. Share, we need to fight for it.
Shit.
There's nothing you can do, Doctor.
Don't say that.
Nothing anyone can do. Start with Jacobs, Professor. He was the beginning. Eric and I spent every waking hour on this ever since our days at Oak Ridge. But he was an impatient old man. He was convinced that occasional
LAPD.
failure with the animals.
We'd like a word with you. Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far. We need to stay focused.
One day, when I was in town, he and Paul
These men know they're harboring a murderer. We need to
4 days before he died. Hector gave it to them for 4 days. The isotope.
Let's get that distinct son of a bitch and the rest of his acolytes, Phil.
Then Paul went crazy.
Oh, you got.
While I was
Was that all you got?
What's your name?
made sure that I
Comrade
would survive.
Stalin. Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects. Stewart?
Continue the
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Nutrient would work. Oh, you should have seen them. You should have seen them.
The Kremlin's over here, Phil. Toss it, see what you find.
They lived on nothing but our nutrient.
Still working?
Yeah. 8 times
I'm off to the
normal
Lighthouse
size.
Club in Santa Monica.
Guinea pig. Big as a police dog.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Shelby. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old
What
war
about the
stories.
tarantula?
Good evening, Jack. Mr. Shelby.
Good night, sir.
Oh, bud.
Have a seat, Courtney.
Let's take him upstairs.
We need your help. Jack. I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
He'll sleep
I'm
for a
fine
while.
too, Jack.
Is there any hope?
Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do something to relieve the pain.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
Where are you going?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble.
Well, the tarantula.
A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the jury.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying,
Just set it up,
and that
Gene,
if
then
this
you
gets
make
back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
Well, that was
So
a
how
pretty
am I
accurate
supposed to
analysis
help,
you make,
Courtney?
Doctor.
This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
Arachnid, a spider. Well, a tarantula, to be exact. I've never seen venom in such a quantity before. You know, there's more venom in this test tube than you'll find in 100 tarantulas. You mean a
The
tarantula
only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon.
100 times larger than
They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society.
Pools of that venom. 4 and 5 feet across. 2 to 3 inches deep.
I'd say, Courtney,
I'd
you want
say
to
it's
be a
been having a
doctor.
nightmare.
How can you
I bet
fight
you're the
with
biggest
that?
liar since Baron Munchausen.
We are better trained.
It's a nightmare, all right, Doctor. But not the kind you mean. And I'm not lying to you.
The tarantula's almost ready for
I didn't
Oh,
make
thank you,
it
Gene.
to work
Now,
for
look,
that
I know you didn't fly 200 miles just for a joke, but I simply can't believe all you're telling me. Oh, good night, Gene. Well, under the circumstances, we might find this interesting. That's the largest of tarantulas from South America. And it's only a foot in diameter with its legs outstretched. I know. Our Arizona species is even smaller. That's right. Not more than 3 inches in size. Now, there it is, coming out of its burrow.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Fascinating to think. Which assures him of a long life, as long as 25 years sometime. That's the spider wasp, tarantula's deadliest enemy. See, the wasp usually wins, but don't count on it because the tarantula doesn't know the meaning of fear. As you can see, he'll back down a rattlesnake if he has to.
I doubt it.
See?
I think I know who's been living here.
They're
Hodgkin.
flesh eaters, aren't they? Yes, and desert beetles are their usual diet. Those powerful jaws are strong enough to pierce a man's finger. There. The venom is paralyzing the victim.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a
digest their
dancer.
food by flooding the wound with a powerful solvent so that the flesh can be sucked into the body. Well, that would account for the bones. And Dr. Hastings, your imagination is showing. So that's it, Doctor. How deadly is the venom? Oh, not deadly at all. About as poisonous as a hornet's. No fun, mind you, but harmless. The few deaths that have been reported are the result of germs entering the wound at the time of the bite. You make them sound like pets.
That looks like
Not pets, Doctor. Just part of the world of ours.
If you're talking about my suit, Mr. Hobo, don't bother. You
Each
sound
has a function in its own world. But what if circumstances
Olive
magnify
oil
the
comes from
size and
olive.
strength
Where's baby
of
oil?
took it out of its primitive world and turned it loose in ours?
This is just too
Then
hilarious.
expect something that's fiercer, more cruel and deadly than anything that ever walked the earth.
Mr. Ackerman, where are you? Where are you? Listen, I hear the sound of hissing.
How about Dr. Hastings' call to Desert Rock?
Afraid I won't be able to get it for you. Lines are down between Calamite and Desert Rock. Be about an hour before they can resume service.
How'd that happen?
I really don't know, sir. Will you want me to try again in about an hour?
No, never mind, thanks.
Oh, that.
Here you are, Jeff. Gonna be a murky night. Yeah. You think that was lightning we saw over to the west? If it was, it's the first time I ever seen lightning throw.
You can drive.
Maybe one of them college boys short-circuited his nice new Geiger counter.
Husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession, and we can charge the bum with murder.
Going this way.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail.
Every available man.
What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
No, I haven't been drinking. All I want you to do is... I know, just call
Why
and
did
say
you kill
please.
Mrs. Terrell?
Jack, believe me.
I have no recollection of the
Thanks,
people
I'll see
I
you.
killed.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Carrollton with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof, lackey.
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match, too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
You have an alibi? Someone reliable. Someone who will be around on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrelson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And the grand results you have brought. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
All the way over there.
You know the way. You can drive.
match car. What's it all about, Jack? Turn the cars around. What for?
There isn't time. I'll tell you later. Lieutenant, look.
Jump and shoot it. Get those submachine guns. You boys get back in the car. They won't stop it.
Dad, the highway will come right into Desert Rock.
Doc Keys in your car? Yeah. Doc and Miss Clayton are coming with us. Get in. You boys try to slow it down. If you can't, take Doc's car and follow us. Heck,
So, you gonna see your married man again?
Pushed him in front of the car. That's the cop who caught her.
Two club songs.
that is correct. You've got at the outside 30 minutes to get everybody out. Over. Desert Rock will be cleared in 30 minutes. Over. You think dynamite would stop him? Get a truck over to Murphy's. Load up all the dynamite he has. Bring it just north of Devil's Rock. We'll be waiting for it.
Yeah, dynamite might work. But what if it doesn't?
You got any other suggestions, Doc? It'll be light soon.
If we could get a message to the air base in Sand.
You're behind the wheel.
Somebody could phone from town.
Unless the lines are down. Sergeant, I want you to phone the commanding officer at Sands Air Base. Any special instructions, Doc?
Napalm, tell them to bring it along.
Sergeant, tell them to load up with napalm, rockets, anything they've got.
Hurry up, boys! Excellent, Murphy!
That's it, Joe. There isn't another stick of dynamite in the whole town. Here, I'm on the way. See you later. I hope you will.
All right, let her roll! Don't forget to prime them!
Who's gonna be instead?
All right in here, boys! Right across the road. Come on, lend a hand. Watch it now. They're all parking to want this dynamite. Right across the road. Shake it up, boys. Lend a hand. Watch it now. They're all right down there across the road. Come on, boys. Get it down. All right, here we go. Come on, get that dynamite right up. Come on.
You think it'll work?
Dynamite's tricky stuff. It may blow it up. May just blow the highway up. Doggone, I wish we had some nitro. I'll have to see that tarantula before I believe it.
You'll see it, Joe. You'll wish you hadn't.
Let's go, let's go! Get those wires hooked up. Here he comes!
Can you drive to this one?
Just a little joke.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
On this first pass.
He's dull as dishwater, but I'm not with him for the conversation.
What is the special of the day?
What a double bonus.
Here goes.
I can't decide between the tuna fish and the chicken.
Dropping napalm. Follow an order.
Clintus would save the day. Well, that's that for today. Hopefully I'll get all 20 records. This is Jake Rutigliano signing off.